Cohen Holloway has acted in every Taika Waititi movie, including the latest Marvel, Thor Ragnarok. Interviewing Cohen Holloway is a bit like trying to make a dog sit and stay in one spot on the beach when rolling sands and flapping seagulls await. He comments on my shoes, the number Me2 campaign, racism, the photographer's shoes, the comfiness of his shoes, they're Nike, what sort of socks he's wearing, they're Nike too. He had just been to the gym, the kereru that just flew past, his crazy horse-themed t-shirt, he wore it to a party once before Boy came out on film. The Mongrel Mob turned up and said, "Bro, what gang are you with?" And he said, "Crazy horses," and they said, "What?" Cohen said, "I'll take it off," and they said, "Good idea, bro." Then he breaks into Thor Ragnarok accent mode, "I presume. Will you sit on the ground and talk about yourself?" Yes, I shall," he says, before changing into a John Campbell mimic "oh yep, and then there's a Winston Peters accent, which was actually really good. Finally we get on track, and I've no idea what we talked about. Cohen Holloway has acted in every Taika Waititi movie, including the latest Marvel, Thor Ragnarok. Ross Gidlin. Cohen Holloway has acted in every Taika Waititi movie, including the latest Marvel, Thor Ragnarok. Read more. Actor and comedian Cohen Holloway conveys culture through comedy. Find me a Maori bride. Actor Cohen Holloway talks trolls, roles and comedy gold. Chronesthesia film a visual love letter to Wellington. Holloway, too, has no idea what he talked about in his latest blockbuster Thor Ragnarok. He spent the last week on set filming for his role as a bad alien opposite Chris Hemsworth's Thor. Cohen Holloway, right, with his Hunt for the Wilder People castmates. From left, Taika Waititi, Sam Neill, Troy Kingi. Monique Ford, Fairfax, New Zealand. Cohen Holloway, right, with his Hunt for the Wilder People castmates. From left, Taika Waititi, Sam Neill, Troy Kingi, Julian Dennison and Stan Walker. Holloway has some alien name too, that he can't quite remember the name of. He thinks it was something along the lines of Zarbor Bafa Bar Zargorg. Even when asked to pull a line out of the movie, he can't recall, because director Taika Waititi told him to improvise his lines. My accent was predominantly Kiwi, so I made it deeper to sound more sexy, he explains before pulling out the line he did offset in front of all the extras. Cohen Holloway starred alongside Inga Raidmeyer in Good for Nothing. Cohen Holloway starred alongside Inga Raidmeyer in Good for Nothing. What are we having for lunch? I'm in Thor. Add feedback. Everyone kind of looked at me. I had a small trailer. I didn't get any lunch that day. Despite not knowing his character's name, he does remember what it looked like. Funny man Cohen Holloway. Ross Gidlin. Funny man Cohen Holloway. I was affectionately known as Tina Turner. When you see the movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, she has that big kind of mohawk. I kind of look like Tina Turner, except with white, CGI computer-generated imagery pasty skin, he says. Holloway has acted in all of the Waititi's major films. All of them. He sings at me in an operatic voice. He played Chaka in Boy, Mason, the computer porn programmer, in Eagle vs Shark, Diane the Werewolf in What We Do in the Shadows, and was Hugh, the awkward hunter in Hunt for the Wilder People. Cohen Holloway played John Campbell in the Naughties satirical series Facelift. Martin Hall. Cohen Holloway played John Campbell in the Naughties satirical series Facelift. More serious roles he's played have been the cowboy wanted rapist in spaghetti western Good for Nothing, and falsely convicted child rapist David Doherty in Until Proven Innocent. They're not huge roles in the context of prominent actors, but they're enough for people to look at him with confusion on their faces. Like in the supermarket with his kids. I always enjoy it when people get confused and they don't quite know who I am, he says. Cohen Holloway's impression of Thor. Ross Gidlin stuff. Cohen Holloway's impression of Thor. But, on the other hand, I'm at the supermarkets with my kids and some woman will go, "Is that the pervert?" And I go, "No, no, 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 I say the line, "Are you a pervert?" to the kid in the movie we made together. And that just gets worse, and then we leave. He calls himself Waititi's lucky charm, and it's quite a bromance he feels that's developed over time since his role on Boy. There's a particular style that Taika works in, he explains. Cohen Holloway's policeman apprehends his best friend John, Anthony Starr, in the New Zealand movie After the Waterfall. Kirsty Griffin. Cohen Holloway's policeman apprehends his best friend John, Anthony Starr, in the New Zealand movie After the Waterfall. Because Taika is doing so many different parts, like he's the director, he's the producer, the writer, the actor. When we were doing Boy, when he was Alamein, we would often have discussions about how to get him into character really quickly, because he'd be having people after takes going, "Hey, lunch is coming, the budget thing is happening," or "Hey, we need to do this, and this is," and then he had to become Alamein, and it's quite a jump. Having people that he trusts, that he's worked with heaps, and they know his style and how to act in his world just takes a whole lot of time off him, so I think it's the ease in which we work together. But Holloway isn't a free rider. His success in other films, including the up-and-coming period drama The Stolen by Emily Cochrane, where he plays the bad cowboy during the South Island Goldrush, he's always a baddie, he says, prove he's as much a success off his own bat in both acting and comedy. He's also just finished doing a stand-up tour of New Zealand and has projects like Maori TV's Find Me a Maori Bride. Holloway also hints that he might feature in the highly anticipated What We Do in the Shadows television spin-off Paranormal Response Unit, not that he'll fully admit to it. I could be. I might not be, but let's assume, if they were making one it would be mean of them not to put me in there, wouldn't it? He prefers keeping his comedy shows on the down low, and it does help to bring in the cash when he's not filming anything, though he admits that not everyone gets his jokes, not yet anyway. In about a year, there will be some farmer in Gore going, "Mildred, I got it." He hopes